What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JaMichael Moore, back for another episode of JaMike's Corner, episode 7. You already know I'm one half of Residual Impact Podcast. Brandon is out doing what he do, making great content as usual. So if you haven't checked out, please go check out the last recent video that he's posted. And yeah, as you can see, we got a problem, y'all. We got a for real problem in today's dating world. Okay, and as a single man, I guess it's my problem too. Apparently, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna let this girl tell it to you first, and you tell me if y'all agree. I don't know. We'll see.
The older generation of women does not need to reprogram their mind because they had it together. Okay, they know how to cook, clean, they were elegant. You can take a woman like the likes of a Felicia Rashad. She was a wife. She was a woman that you can take her to church. You can take her to meet your family. You could take her to the club. We're in this generation now. The only places that these women can be invited to is to the bed. There's nothing else they bring. You know, they're not nurturing. They're not caring. They're not feminine. They're not agreeable. They're not compassionate. Nothing. They're going to have to learn the hard way. And I have to say it again. This is why the older generation of women does not even mentor women like this. Because they think they know it all. They're above reproach. Nobody can tell them nothing. They're hard-headed. They got an attitude for everything. We have the women who are the most disrespectful, the most ignorant, the rudest, the most single, the most miserable, unhappy. Like, I can go down the list.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I've had my fair share of, dating various women in my life, right? And there was a point in time in my life where I used to be really attracted to women that just go off and do their own thing. They will be hard-headed, kind of like how she was explaining, all the characteristics. That actually used to be attractive to me because I didn't understand my own worth. I didn't understand who I was. So I would kind of accept anything that would come my way. And boy, when I tell you, those are some hard lessons to learn, because it's like once you get treated in the way that's like, man, this ain't it. This ain't it. When you realize that you typically want a relationship that is whole, you want something that is reciprocal. You want a balance where you give and you know what I mean, you receive and it's yin and yang. You want that. But then when you realize that, man, I'm giving to this person and all they giving me is essentially they giving me hell back. It ain't sexy no more. And the problem is, I could tell you this, because it's not all just on women, bro. Nah, fellas, we be messing up too, because you know why? When you tend to take, you know what I'm talking about, when you take that cookie, you take a bite of that cookie early on, and well before you have any conversations, well before you even know that woman, that's what messes up.
Message!
Because you confuse. You confuse at that point. At that point, you're not thinking even logical with your own head, not thinking logical with your mind, or you're allowing different emotions and different feelings to come about and to let that be your logic. And then that's what messes you up. Well, us. Because I ain't gonna just group y'all by yourself. I done been there too, bro. I done been there too. But the thing about it is, bro, if we continue on this track, man, and we continue to have this, I don't know, it's very shallow. I don't know what's going on in the water or this dating pool, bro. It's a lot of shallow people that aren't really, they're very surface level, man. They're very surface level with their communication. They're very surface level with their actions, and they're not really getting in depth and really taking the time to see, who is it that I want to be? Who is it that I'm actually talking to that's in front of me? Because a lot of times, man, we dating these people, you don't even really know them. Because a lot of times you're not even letting them know who you are. So that's why it works both ways. But, who am I?
All right, so I had to think about this. I said, okay, let me really break this down, right, in bullet points. I got to get all this straight in my head. All right, so women want a man to be attractive, tall, make 6 or 7 figures, even though most women do not make that themselves, right? Okay. While he's out here making all this money, all these 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figures, he better be home in time to give all his attention and take her on all the dates, or else she'll cheat. Women want a man to call, but not too much. Text back, but don't text back too fast, because then he's like weird and he's a lame. And if he's nice, he's a lame. If he's mean, he's unattainable. He's a challenge, and then women want him, even if they will not admit it. I hear women say all the time, like, I just want my man to be honest. But when he's honest, they blow up, freak out, label him mean, toxic, abusive, and of course, a narcissist. Most women do not really want honesty. They want comfort. You want a man to tell you what you want to hear, not what's going to help you grow. And speaking of growth, try pointing out just one thing that she needs to work on, and you will see exactly why most women cannot take accountability for shit. You want a man to be emotionally available, but if he shows any emotion, then he's soft. You want him to lead, but when he does, now he's aggressive and controlling and abusive. You want him to initiate sex and affection, but when he does, you turn it down. But when he stops trying, then you say he's cheating or he's gay. Women want undivided attention, but if he gives it to you, then he's sucking the life out of you. He won't give you space. You can't breathe, and he's lame, and he's annoying. Then you turn around and cheat with the guy that's going to treat you like a whore and who looks at you as such. Women don't even realize the guy who's just trying to hit. They just look at the guy who's trying to build as the red flag. I'm confused. I don't think I will ever understand any of this, and I am a woman.
Now, this works both ways. I'm gonna tell you why. Right? I'm gonna start with the women first. This is so true because, I mean, hearing it from a woman, it definitely hits a lot differently. It makes me smile, actually. But it's one of those things where we are asking for things that we aren't really prepared to receive, right? And I can definitely, I'll harp on the conversation piece, right? You say you want somebody to tell you, you want a man to be truthful with you, but when a man is being truthful with you, you then deem him as, oh, you're criticizing me. And you're not really actually ready for the truth that you're asking for. All right? And that's, we could just, bro, that could be a topic on its own. And that's what's happening, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you can sit there and be like, man, I want the truth. I want you to tell me the truth. But then when the truth comes to you, oh, well, you don't really like me. You make it about something that's completely opposite of actually what it is that you want in your life. And to me, that's how life works in general. I mean, think about God, bro. When in life, if you ask God for something, God's never going to directly give you what it is you want. He's going to give you something else first that's going to make you work for it. And in return, you're actually going to get what that you asked for. I'll give you an example. You see these trees behind me? See these trees? And then you see I'm sitting on a chair. Whomever this first person in this world that asked for a chair, God gave that man some wood. Say, here, there you go. He said, please, God, give me a chair. God said, all right, I'm gonna give you some wood. What the heck? Nah, God, I asked for a chair. He's like, I know. There goes some wood. But why would he do that? Because he wants you to work for it. He wants you to understand as to what it is you really are asking for. Because what's going to happen is it's going to draw something out of you that, and then in return is going to give you this solid structure that you then want to sit on. And that's how it works in the relationship. So we're asking for these things that we don't truly understand if we're really ready for them. But guaranteed, we're getting the things that we're asking for. But here's the problem too. Women, and I'm gonna speak to y'all specifically. You have to stop doing this. My brother, he's gonna explain this to you, but you gotta stop doing this too, because as a man, we're giving you certain things that you're asking for, but y'all are doing this one thing with it when you do receive it. So, y'all check it out. Y'all tell me if he right or wrong.
Bring up how you feel, and suddenly you're the villain. You're not hurt, you're too emotional. You're not asking for clarity, you're just trying to start a fight with me. You're not communicating, you're attacking them, right? Sound familiar? Do you see how that works? They flip the script so fast. You start apologizing for the way you feel. They're not trying to resolve anything, they're trying to win. And to win, they gotta tear you down, right? Make you feel unstable, make you question your tone, your truth, your reality. If every disagreement ends with you defending your character, you're not in love. You're in a mental war zone, literally. And the battlefield is your self-worth. Real love doesn't destroy you to make a point. Real love doesn't punish you for speaking truth. And if they can't separate conflict from character, then they don't want a relationship. They want control. You're not too much. You're just too aware to be manipulated anymore.
Now, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say, everybody trying, all women trying to manipulate men and things like that. But we do have a certain pattern that continues to happen when a man opens up, that then he's looked like he's looked at like he's soft, right? And then what happens is, if he hurts your feelings after he done opened up, you then got a memory bank, because of women, I don't know what it is, but a lot of women have great memories, and they tend to remember things about emotional times when you open up to them, and then they use it against you as a weapon. Because that's what it is. Let's call a spade, bro. That's used as a weapon. And what happens is, bro, man, it is now like a man don't even want to open up no more. And then you wonder why all these men they callous, bro, and they treat women like how the previous woman has treated them. And they be hard, and they don't even want to open up no more, and they be like, oh, what's wrong with you? Well, I mean, we can't put it on all past experience, but what I'm saying is that you have to realize, dude, it's hard for a man to open up in general, because as a man, we're not as connected with our feelings like everyone else is. A man is not wired the same as a woman. A woman is naturally connected to her feelings. Us as men sometimes have to go deep inside to really understand, dang, why do I feel like this? And then after we finally, dang, okay, I feel like this, and then we bring it to you, it's so easy for a woman to be like, well, you looking like me now. Well, how else am I gonna understand who I am if I don't tap into who I am? And that's tend to be the problem right there, is how we mess up is in relationally. Because, men, it's not, like I said, it's not all on women. Sometimes it's us too. But what I'm saying is that we have to be cognizant of the things that we're really asking for before we get into it. So all in all, bro, this whole relationship thing that we want, bro, because like I said, I'm a single man too, so I aspire to have a relationship one day. But understand that you need to be prepared for what it is that you're walking into, because it's just like that tree that needs to be a chair. We need to really understand what it is we're asking for and the work that is going to be behind it in order to sustain, so that we can sit on it comfortably and it can be used to the full potential that it was designed for. Because if not, bro, we just going to continue to be on this perpetuating cycle, and we're going to continue to go around and around and around until we all just looking lost. And I'm tired of looking lost, man. Eventually, man, I want to be in a relationship, man, one day. But I know that's going to come at the right moment, at the right time, and how it should be. So I hope this video can help and speak to somebody. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, especially if you done made it this far. Give a like, comment, do whatever you need to do. I don't know. Cash out some money. But all in all, I hope that this can inspire somebody to be better than who you were in this very moment. So, till next time, I love y'all as always. Where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you done had in the past. Till next time, peace.